Again,
Thank you.
just curious what the last couple months has been like, right? This whole dealing with loss thing is not something you're very used to. So what's the process been like for you?
Yeah, definitely. It was a little bit weird. Go back home without knows I have the belt because my belt's at home, not going anywhere, you know. So the feeling like to realize I don't have the belt anymore was a little bit weird for me.
Yeah. When you look back on it, I mean, what happened that night? Was it just a bad night for you? Is it, hey, she was just a better fighter? I mean, what happened?
Honestly, I feel like it was a combination of a lot of things, you know. Like we going through a lot of things as a fighter, especially injuries and train with injuries, all those things. And I take a look back on my training camp, back from Juliana, was a mess. If you look back, the first fight I had COVID, you know, and I was doing good in that camp, and then I get COVID and I have to stop, you know, to like really start over. And finally I start over, I get a couple issues, you know, that I have to go through with it, but I don't want to let that fight go again. So I thought, no, it would look good if I let that fight fall through one more time. So, and like I put it, what I was, like, was so bad about me, I tried to put it aside, but like, I don't have a very good camp. That was the honest thing. I tried to put in my head, you know, I was ready, I was like 100%, but I was lying to myself. That is exactly what it was. But as a fighter, you know, as a war, I want to like fight. Like, I just want to, I'm born to do that, I'm gonna fight whatever, if I have an injury, like, but at this level, you cannot do those stupid moves, you know? So I pay for, I'm supposed to like, let the fight fell through, get 100% again and fight Juliana, you know? And I know Juliana is a very tough opponent, you know? I know that could have a chance to happen because my timing was very off. I didn't even was be able to spar him in my camp. So how I get my timing is in sparring, you know, trainings, all those things. And I didn't, you know, I didn't. And sparring many times. If I did, it was one or two, three sparring. So that was very hard for me and worried me about it a little bit. But I was doing all the things, you know, try to put in my head like, no, we're gonna, you know, do this in this way, different style. But I'm faithful, you know, those. Unfortunately, sometimes we do dumb things, you know, and especially in that level that I am, I'm not supposed to do those mistakes, you know.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, because you say dumb things, so when you look back, do you regret that you did fight, or do you say, well, I'm a warrior, that's what you're supposed to do, I'm proud of myself that I did fight?
I feel like both. I feel both. I feel like sometimes I say, man, I really should have listened to my doctor. You know, he told me in the first thing, like, let me handle it through the doctor. With UFC, and then I tell them exactly what you're going through right now, and you have to have time to rest, recovery, if you know you're not gonna perform so well. I was like fighting with my doctor, said like, you're not gonna do that. You don't have my permission to do that, we're gonna fight. And so I went back to his office and then he looked at me like, I told you. So now, after watch the fight as well, you know, I always had a hard time for a little bit to watch the fight because I was like, I don't know what happened, you know, like I keep lying to myself, you know, after the fight still, like, I don't know what happened. And one day, Nina, like, you should watch your fight, you know, stop like blame yourself, just sit down and watch and see what is going on in your head at that time, maybe you remember. And yeah, I sit down. Actually, I got caught. In the beginning of the second round, I don't know if it was a jump overhand, if it was I don't know what that move was, but for me it looked like a jump like overhand, got right here. It's like, that was at the end. I don't would be able to recover after that. And I told Nina, like, I felt dizzy because I never got caught before. If you ask me like how got caught feel, I never would answer because I never got caught before. So when I looked at the fight, when I got caught, I lost everything. I lost my balance. My vision was a little bit like blurry too. And from that that moment everything went down to heel. And then I talked to him, when I got in the floor, like I already was done. And realizing, watching the fight and how everything was played in my head after that got caught. Yeah, like everybody say like I was tired and everything. Okay, if you look at me and then say like your timing was off, yeah, I didn't train well for the fight. Of course, you think I show up 100%, but I did get caught. She really connected a good one, and then I'll be able to recover.
So now you get the rematch. I'm curious, do you have like maybe a little respect for her that she took this? Because she could be like, hey, I beat the goat, I'm done, I'm gonna go face somebody else.
But it's not about her. You know, like what I did for this sport is more than what like she beat me, yes, awesome. But like I didn't fight that day. No boys like, oh, she could celebrate that much because she know I didn't show up 100%. And UFC doing this for me. They know. If I didn't accept this, Juliana, they know what done it. I feel like, because what happened that fight and what I did for this sport is like make history, history has been made. So nobody did it before. And I don't see nobody doing it. And yeah, I feel like we're gonna see each other again. I'm gonna be 100%, I'm gonna listen to my doctor, and I'm gonna do everything I was supposed to be done before that fight. And I'm just gonna step in the cage 100%.
Nice. What's, as far as your preparation, what's the team going to be around you, right? Because we heard that you're no longer with American Top Team, is that correct? Or will you work with them at all? What's the process?
Actually, I always want to open a private spot, I never said I'm going to open a gym to compete against, never come out from my mouth. So, but I always want to have like a little private space for me, because even at American Top Team, I always did my things separate. I had my time to go, and I have the coach there waiting for me to help me with my camp. So always like that. And always in my head too, like I might one day I want to have a space, I want to see all my pictures in the wall. I putting the logo, all those things. I feel like a lot of fighters want to do that some point in the career, And I feel like this is the moment for me. I want to go in my own for a little bit, and the American Top Team, like we together, we did amazing things. All the coaches, the gym, the owner, the landlord. So I feel like we did everything for each other. But now for my head, now I feel like I should go do what I really want. I feel like I deserve it, do what I want to do. So yeah, I feel like it's not to do with the gym. Actually, we still good. I can still walk in that gym, and training whatever I want. Still have a good relationship. I didn't close the door because it didn't have anything. Shit happened, didn't went my way. So, but like we make a lot of things together, make history together.
Will you bring coaches from American Top Team to your new private place, or?
Actually, that was something that I want to like do different too. But the coach used to be American Top Team. As Camis Bazzini used to be the wrestling coach when I got there. I started training wrestling with him at American Top Team. But he ended up left, and so I started training with Mike Brown and Roger Brown. So Roger was American Top Team too, coach. So it's like comes from that, coming from American Top Team anyway. So I still, they're not there, like, but I'm pretty sure they like really have amazing moments that they always remember as well.
Nice. Will that be your coaching staff here on The Ultimate Fighter as well?
Yeah, and I have my good friend too. He's gonna be a jiu-jitsu coach to help me, Balbino. So he's a very good Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt. So and one that I bring to my camp as well. So I want to do like different things. I want to go on my own. That's why it was my decision to see, just to change a little bit. It's like it's not bad about any coach. They all did great things. We all did great things together. But sometimes in the life, you want to like, at least one point in your life, you want to do something different, like go, whatever happens, it's going to happen.
Sure. Last thing for me, man. before the loss, you'd kind of say, I don't know how much longer I want to keep doing this. You know, I mean, I get it. You're at the top. Like, what is there to do, right? So I wonder, has this changed kind of where you see your future, how long you see yourself competing, and like what you want to accomplish?
Honestly, like after I lose that belt, the fire is like build up again. I told me like, damn, I can't wait to start over. Like I have something to chase, you know? No boys like, oh my God, I lost my belt this day, go home crying. Never, that never is gonna happen to me. Actually, UFC changed my life, you know? How I live it, whatever I have right now is like, is amazing, you know? UFC changed literally my life, and I don't have time to be sad, you know? I have everything that I have my baby, I have my wife, so we have a good life together, we do whatever we want with our life. And I feel like UFC is like amazing, you know, amazing, especially for me. You know, they really is there for me all the time. And then it's like we have a great friendship. We really like discuss things. You know, I feel like I don't have nothing to say about UFC. You know, it's actually I do. Thank you very much for every single thing that I live. You know, and UFC did for me. So I'm grateful.
Hi, Amanda. After the fight, we heard some controversial comments from Juliana about motherhood, and I'm curious if that changed your opinion of her.
Honestly, like, how Juliana carried herself, you know, I know that comes from her, you know. So that don't bother me that much. Like I post and I say like, if I want, I can. You know, I can. If I want, I can have a baby. I don't have any problem. But I have to post something because when I went through the IVF process, me and Nina, I saw how many mothers were sitting down crying next to me because they don't be able to have a baby. And they have to like go through another way to be able to feel that love for a child and give the love back. So when I heard that for her, I said like, no, I have to. Because nobody me, because if I want, I can have a baby, I don't have any problem. But I have a lot of people that cannot have a baby, cannot let that thing really like letting people down right now. So, and that was my way to step in and then say like, look, you're a mother, yeah, it's cool, you deliver your baby, but like have a lot of people is not be able to. And you have to really say those things in a different way because have a lot of people sensitive about those subjects. So, and as a champion as well, I always be able to stand out and post something.
Were you surprised at how many fans kind of took offense to that as well?
What happened?
Were you kind of surprised at how many fans jumped at her for those comments as well, that fans kind of picked up on that?
Yeah, like I know she's gonna get a lot from that, you know, because a lot of people suffer on that. You know, you have to really be careful what you're gonna say, especially in a big moment like that. You know, it was a big moment for her, and she threw everything under the bus, you know, in the garbage after she said something like that. And I feel like a lot of things for sure would jump in because the love that I give to Reagan is the same love as Nina give to her. You know, so she birthed Reagan, but it doesn't matter. It's like it's the same love. Reagan come to me the same way she go to Nina. It's crazy. So I have a point in her life like Reagan was so attached to me, I cannot go anywhere. She don't wanna like stay with nobody, only with me the whole time. So is that you get the conclusion? Okay, delivery is like I saw Nina's delivery. I know how hard it is, and I know like when I see like all the mothers deliver the baby, I say like you guys are badass. You know, I know how hard it is, but the love is the same. You know, the love you wanna give it, the child is gonna give you back is the same, no matter what.
Have the two of you talked about that moment at all, or do you plan on addressing it on the show?
Honestly, like what I wanna say already been saying. No, not even was for Juliana specifically, but it was her say those stupid things. But it was more to like giving my message out there, you know, the support that I have for the mothers not be able to deliver the baby. So whatever, if she wanna talk, I don't have any problem. But like I really not gonna focus in that because I wanna get the belt back. So I have many things to think about, and then maybe you know, she have a big mouth. I know this season is gonna be pretty cool, and I feel like the fans have to be like pumped to watch this. You know, if she says something that I don't like, for sure I'm gonna say something back, and it's gonna be a good back and forth. And I wanna let the fans know, be excited and watch this. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just going off the back of that,